Come again?
Testing. It's like the Belushi movie. The principal.
Mr. Mori, I have a step stool. I know who Belushi is though, and I can guess. Good to see you, Dan.
Testing, 1, 2, 3.
I'm all good. I will be there on Tuesday.
Do you want to
Thank you guys for not
get on
finding
YouTube
me
so you can
covered
hear
so
it?
late. I'm good. I called Wendy just to make sure I checked in, so yeah. I'll see you next week.
Go Guachos.
Welcome to Ellison Field for this 2021 Egg Bowl between your visiting Casa Grande High School Guachos and your Petaluma High School Trojans. Captains meet at the center of the field for the coin toss. For the Guachos, Jacob Porteous, Joe Ellis, Antonio Bernardini, and Colton Hatchett. For the Trojans, Henry Ellis, Neil Crudo, Silas Paula-Georges, and Ryan Castiglia.
Whose camera's
She's done. That's,
the one showing?
yeah.
The Trojans that won the toss decided to defer. That means that the Guachos will be receiving the football in the first half. I'd like to ask now that everyone please rise and remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem. The national anthem will be played by the Petaluma High School Marching Band, directed by Cliff Egan. I'd like to ask now that everyone please rise and remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem. The national anthem will be played by the Petaluma High School Marching Band, directed by Cliff Egan. I'd like to ask now that everyone please rise and remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem. The national anthem will be played by the Petaluma High School Marching Band, directed by Cliff Egan.
That big? Smaller?
No, it's good. Do we want to try putting it up? Because we're going to have all that action. Like when we're following people.
You want to be up? You want to be up here or down here?
Up there, because I feel like just when we're following people, they're going to be down there.
Okay.
Asher Levy consent to kick off. Marcus Scott and Caden Kramer back deep to receive.
Welcome everyone to the 2021 Egg Bowl between the Petaluma Trojans and the Casa Grande Guachos. We are live with the Trojan Broadcast Channel, live from Steve Ellison Field in a packed stadium. This is the opening kickoff, as Caden Kramer is going to return it down the right side of the field, get a couple blocks, and it's going to be an opening kickoff touchdown for the Guachos.
That's Caden Kramer with
A huge shift in momentum to start the game out for the Guachos. First play, touchdown for the Guachos. That was Caden Kramer on the return. And just a terrible way to start the game for the Trojans there, already giving up 6 points. This Egg Bowl is the 42nd annual Egg Bowl, as we have a 2-point conversion from the Guachos. Porteous going to throw behind Shane Runyon there. 2-point conversion is no good.
It's no good. It was intended for Shane Runyon.
There's a penalty flag on the play.
Breaks up the pass, but there's a penalty flag.
Penalty flag is on the Guachos. That will be declined.
Legal ineligible receiver downfield, which is declined. So point attempt.
The Guachos so far this season
Score now the Gauchos 6.
have not been successful on special teams. They've given up a lot of kickoff touchdowns, but at the beginning of this one, they get one themselves. 14 seconds into the game, it's going to be 6-0 for the Guachos, as the Petaluma offense is going to come out onto the field. In the all-time series, Petaluma 25-16 against Casa Grande. The first Egg Bowl was played in 1974. It was played all the way to 2011. After 2011, the rivalry game was shut down because of 19 penalties in that one and altercations between the stands and the players on the field. So they decided to take a break in the rivalry game since 2012 to 2016. The Egg Bowl returned in 2017 and has been played every year since. Since returning in 2017, the record for both teams is 2-2. As we have the kickoff, Petaluma's going to take it back. Doran Shaw on the return made a nice spin move there and is going to be brought down at the 44-yard line. Petaluma's most winning streak in Egg Bowl history. They won 10 straight games from the years 1988 to 1997. While Casa, their biggest streak, was winning 5 straight from the years 2003 to 2007. We'll have a 1st and 10 here as the Trojans get their first possession on offense. A stoppage in play. The kicking tee was still on the field. Trojans going to come out and wishbone. Going to go with power play to the right to Paula Georges. He's going to break it outside and get brought down for a gain of 1. Petaluma enters this season 7-1 so far, 3-1 in league. And the Trojans are averaging 35 points per game on offense and allowing 21 points per game on defense. While Casa comes into this one 5-3 on the season and 3-1 in league. They're averaging 38 points per game and allowing 30 points per game so far on defense. We'll have a 2nd and 9 for the Trojans, as it's going to be a straight give to Ed Burnich. Be a gain of 3. Currently, Petaluma, Casa, and Vintage are in a three-way tie for first place in the VVAL League standings. American Canyon lost last night to Justin Siena to drop their league record to 3-2. Everyone at the top, Petaluma, Casa, and Vintage, are 3-1 in league. Petaluma almost drawed Casa offside. It's going to be a pitch out left to Anthony Drolet, and that's going to be a gain of 2. It'll be 4th and short for the Trojans.
Anthony Drolet, the ball carrier. Cody Cornelius on the tackle.
A big key for the Petaluma Trojans in this one is to maintain the ball, keep the time of possession in their hands, because Casa Grande has an electric offense and can score at will. So limiting their possessions will certainly favor the Trojans here, especially if they can keep the ball, use a lot of these running plays, and waste the clock. They'll be trying to do that all game. Ellis going to make a change at the line of scrimmage on a crucial 4th and short. It's going to be a keeper from Henry Ellis, and he's going to get the first down and a little bit more as he's brought down by the corner around the 30-yard line. It's going to be a first down for the Trojans.
Henry Ellis keeps it on the option play for a big gain. Jesus Mejia on the tackle. First down, Trojans.
And so far this season, the Trojan offenses seem like they could do anything they wanted in their past 2 games against Sonoma and against Napa. They scored 30-plus points in those ones, and they're coming into this one hot on offense. It's going to be a straight give to Paul Georges as he can't shake the tackle, and it's going to be a loss of 4 on the play. Just not enough blocking there for Paul Georges.
The ball carrier. Colin Patchett, the first one there for the Gauchos.
The Gauchos so far this season have allowed 30 points per game on defense. So the Trojans are going to have to make most out of all their possessions and try to keep the ball, or try to get the ball in the end zone on almost every single drive they have, because the Casa offense seems like they could score at will. It'll be a 2nd and long here for the Trojans. It's going to be an Ellis keeper. Decided to keep it himself instead of tossing out to Paula Georges. It's going to be a gain of 4.
Henry Ellis keeps it on the
So it'll be
option play.
3rd and 10 for the Trojans.
Bladen Fuller on the tackle.
So far today on this Saturday, it's been a little misty and a little rainy so far, so we'll see if the rain comes back in this one and plays a factor. The field conditions are a little slippery just from earlier, and we'll see if a wet ball impacts the passing game as they throw right here. It's going to be caught by Dawson Shaw.
Henry Ellis is back.
It's going to be near first down yardage. We'll see what the ruling is
Coverage and tackle made by
on a slant route there from Dawson Shaw. It's going to be 4th and short, be 4th and inches on the play as Dawson Shaw limps over to the sideline. If he's unable to return, that's a crucial loss for the Trojans. He's been a huge factor on their offense, getting multiple big plays for them through the air. This is a very young Trojan team. On a 4th and short, it's going to be another Henry Ellis keeper as he manages to get the first down on a 3-yard carry. This is a very young Trojan team with a lot of junior and sophomores
tackled by number 18.
being huge impact players for them.
That's enough for a Trojans first down.
2 of the Trojans players are captains for the team. Silas Paulo-Georges and Henry Ellis. The other captains are tight end Neil Crudo and offensive lineman Ryan Castiglia. As the Trojans are going deep for the end zone, and it's going to be broken up as Doran Shaw almost had a nice catch in the end zone.
Incomplete. Intended for Doran Shaw. Pass up by Cody Rodrigo.
Good coverage on the play there by Rodrigo. It'll be 2nd down and 10. And keys for this Gaucho defense, they're going to try to get 3 and outs quick to put their offense back on the field and score points. They have to counter these long rushing drives of the Trojans. As Henry Ellis is going to keep it, fake out the defender, pitch off to Paolo Georges as he breaks a couple tackles and gets down to the 10-yard line, close to 1st down yardage again. A nice run by Paolo Georges, breaking a couple tackles to fight for extra yards. It'll be 3rd and short for the Trojans.
Number 18 is Ryan Van Wormer.
Ellis going to take another quarterback keeper. Keeps it himself. We'll see if he got the 1st down there. He's very close.
That's Henry Ellis, the ball carrier, tackled by Ryan Van Wormer.
As the sun is starting to peek through the clouds here, maybe the rain will not be a factor in this one. It's going to be 4th and inches for the Trojans here. And in the red zone. A huge play for the Trojans right here. They have to get this one to put some points and match the Gauchos. They're going to elect a pass, and Trojans are going to find a wide open receiver in the end zone for the touchdown. London Sundell on the reception. A huge play for the Trojans there. A play action boot right play on 4th and inches. Henry Ellis with a perfect pass there as he's going to hype up the sideline. A huge play to get the Trojans back in this one. 5:30 left in the 1st quarter. And the point after is going to be good to give the Trojans a 7-6 lead. Special teams coordinator Nick Emanuel is going to make sure what happened on the first play doesn't happen again here. He was talking to his special teams during that long offensive drive, telling them importance of the special teams and telling them that can't happen again, especially now with the momentum in favor of the Trojans with that long drive there. The drive is over 6 minutes long, and those are the type of drives that Trojans are going to need in this one throughout the game to limit the possessions of the Casa Grande offense. Scott and Kramer are back deep to receive for the Gauchos on this one. As Asher Levy's going to kick the ball off again. We'll see if they elect to do a little squib kick or pooch it off. Try not to give the ball back to those electric returners. And they're going to go with a little pooch right. And a huge hit. But Lucas Miles able to hang on and fight for a couple extra yards.
Lucas Miles with that return. And Asher Levy.
Petaluma, the Petaluma kicking team there looked like they had the returner dropped with a big hit. But Miles able to get away, get a couple yards. We're going to have our first sight of the Casa Grande offense. This electric offense has put up 38 points per game behind senior quarterback Jacob Porteous. It's going to start out with a quick hitch route to Kramer or to Shane Runyon as he's going to pick up the 1st down. The senior quarterback has over 2,500 yards passing with 32 touchdowns so far this year. He's been one of the best quarterbacks in Casa Grande history and in the North Coast section history, putting up big numbers left and right each week. It's going to be 1st down and 10 as they're going to hand the ball off to Ryder Jacobson for a 20-yard rush. The Gaucho offense, not known for their rushing game, gets a huge 20-yard rush there from their running back. We'll see what defense the Trojans come out trying to limit this Gaucho offense. Portis drops back to pass, gonna fire, and it's caught by Marcus Scott, jumping over the defender with a nice catch. And just like that, the Gauchos are back up 12-7 with a 2-point conversion pending. A nice pass and catch there, jumping over the Petaluma defender. The ball was just over the defender's outstretched arms. Defender thought he had an interception there, but just wasn't able to come down with it for the 2-point conversion. Gonna motion over to the left and get the ball straight to their running back, who's gonna reach across the goal line and score the 2-point conversion. The referee on the far side ruled that it was in. And yes, it was. It's gonna be 14-7, as that was a quick 1-minute scoring drive for the Gauchos. For this Petaluma defense, the key is trying to limit that offense, the electric offense of Casa Grande. The safeties on the defense are going to have to play deep, trying to limit the big play.
Number 85 is getting set to kick off. I do not know his name. Someone wants to let me know. We have Doran Shaw and Chase Miller back to receive.
Chase Miller, who had an 80-yard kickoff return touchdown last week against Napa. The electric returner is going to have another chance here. Back with them is senior receiver Doran Shaw. Casa Grande going to kick it off. Neil Crudo on the reception of the kickoff. Going to make a defender miss. Almost slipped on the field. The field still is a little slippery from the rain earlier, even though the sun is starting to come out. The ball's going to be down on the 38-yard line as the Trojans come out looking to put up a similar drive as they did their first one. Be first down and 10. The Trojans going to start the drive like they started last drive in Wishbone. Elect to huddle back up. Dawson Shaw still in the game after limping out early in that first drive. A good sign for the Trojans. And the Trojans trying to draw the defense off sides. Tyshawn Thames going to be a false start there. Be first and 15. As they switch receivers. Still back out in Wishbone for the Trojans. Casa Grande putting a lot of their defenders in the box, trying to limit this Trojan rushing attack.
Ed Burnich, the ball carrier, and Cody Rodrigo on the tackle.
Ed Burnich there on the carry for 5 yards. It's going to be second down and 10. The captain, Paula George, is going to check back into the game. Trojans going to motion out to the left. Going to drop back to pass again on the slant route. It's going to be caught by number 9, Finn Flannery, on a nice reception. It's going to get brought down immediately, but it's going to be a gain of 7. And throughout this season, when the Trojans needed a big play to get them back into the games, they've looked through the passing game. And another big play there to get them moving on this drive. It's going to be a 3rd and short. Ellis going to take the quarterback keeper and turn it upfield himself. He's going to pick up the first down as the Gauchos there wanted to eliminate the pitch off to Paula Georges. Ellis elected to just keep it himself and pick up the first down. It's going to be 1st and 10 on the Trojans 50. Trojans going to give its direct handoff to Lucas Vanderlyn there, going to pick up 5.
Lucas Vanderlyn, the ball carrier, tripped up by Cody Rodrigo.
Another tackle by Rodrigo. Has been involved in a lot of tackles for the Gaucho defense so far. Trojan's going to come back out and wishbone. Going to give a direct power give to Francisco Perez. Going to be a gain of 3.
Francisco Perez, the ball carrier. And Joe Ellis on the tackle.
It's going to be 3rd and short for the Trojans. Trojans going to give a direct give, and the ball's going to be fumbled on the play. It's going to be recovered by Casa. Trojans trying to go right down the middle. Ellis tried to give a direct give to Burnich. It's going to be 1st down and 10 for the Gauchos. Fortius going to give a straight handoff again. The run's going to go nowhere on that one. A pickup of 1. It's going to be 2nd down and 9 for the Gauchos. The Trojans on defense playing with 1 single high safety, trying to let him roam the field. Corners are playing up with outside linebackers pressed deep out to the out of bounds. The pass is going to be dropped. A diving effort there from Shane Runyon. It's going to be 3rd and long for the Gauchos. The linebackers for the Trojans going to be pressed out wide. They're going to rely heavily on their safety, Asher Levy, the sophomore, to make a lot of big plays in this one. Try to get a lot of pass breakups. This would be 3rd and long. Porty's going to drop back on a quick out route there. And he's going to break a tackle for a 1st down. Dylan Peterson on the catch and run. It'll be 1st down for the Gauchos. And on that play, the Gauchos just trying to clear out with the receiver, give a lot of open field to their receiver running the out route, give them a lot of open field. Portis going to drop back to pass again. Trojans going to blitz, but Shane Runyon's going to make the catch on the comeback route for another first down for the Gauchos.
Pass complete to Shane Runyon. That's Hiram Smith on the tackle. Another first down for the Gauchos.
It's going to be the end of the first quarter. The Gauchos are up 14-7. The Trojan defense is going to try to bend, not break here as the Gauchos are approaching red zone territory. The Trojans don't want to go down 2 possessions in this one already, just the start of the second quarter. But so far in this one, the Gaucho offense, with a bit more mix of a run than their usual, have been moving the ball consistently down the field. They're going to line up in trips left with Runyon outright. It's going to be a play action pass. Porteous going to keep the ball on the rush. Dorn Shaw on the tackle there. Going to pick up the first down. The Trojan D-line, which has been the strength spot so far for the Trojan defense, needs to start getting some pressure there. They need to start pressuring and hurrying Porteous in his drops, because if not, he's just going to be able to pick the defense apart. It's going to be another give to the running back and just a wide open hole down the middle. It's going to be another touchdown from Ryder Jacobson for the Gauchos. It's going to be 20-7, as it was another quick drive there by the Gauchos. The Trojan defense looks stunned, not sure what hit them there. So far, the big plays have been coming through the run game for the Gauchos. Porteous going to try to find his receiver in the back left of the end zone, and a nice one-handed grab there for the 2-point conversion. 22-7. Marcus Scott was there with the reception. And the Trojan defense came into this one trying to limit that high-powered Casa offense, but so far their game plan is not working. We'll see what the Trojan defense decides to do. The Trojan defense is going to have to make some adjustments, because what they're doing right now is not working for them, as they've let the Casa Grande Gaucho offense already score 22 points in this one. Special teams here has to create a little bit of momentum for the Trojan offense there. They're going to need a big return to get the Trojans back into this one. Gaucho's last kickoff decided to just do a little squib kick. We'll see what they do here. They'll do the exact same. But the ball is going to go to Doran Shaw as he's met by a group of Casa Grande Gaucho defenders. It's going to be brought down around the 36-yard line. Good starting field position for the Trojans. They're going to have to replicate that first drive they had in this one, where it was a long rushing play drive where they wasted a lot of the clock, threw when they had to, but mainly ran the ball. The Trojans and the Gauchos match up very differently. The Gauchos, a very senior-oriented team. A lot of them remember the loss last year in the Egg Bowl. And the Trojans, as Ellis going to make a couple moves, and Ellis is going to break free for a huge play to get the Trojans back in this one. There's going to be a flag on the play as Ellis creates a huge momentum shift in this one. It would be a 50-plus yard rush by Ellis if it stands.
There's a penalty flag on the field.
The penalty looks like it's going to be on Petaluma. The ruling is an illegal block downfield. The Trojan sideline and stands, unhappy with that one. Still a nice rush there. It'll still be a first down for the Trojans. Like I was saying earlier, the Trojan team, sophomore, junior oriented. There are a lot of all-around players in terms of the year. The ball is going to be placed on the 30-yard line for the Trojans as they look to continue the momentum brought on by Henry Ellis. They're going to drop back to pass on the slant route. The catch is going to be caught by Finn Flannery. A nice catch there. It's going to be second and short for the Trojans here. Trojans gonna fake the handoff, and Ellis on the quarterback keeper, but he stood up by the Gaucho defensive line.
Henry Ellis, a ball carrier, and Joe Ellis on the tackle.
It's gonna be third and short. Petaluma drops back to pass again. The pass is going to be caught by Francisco Perez for the first down. Going to get inside the 10-yard line. Ball's going to be placed on the 8. It'll be first and goal for the Trojans there. A nice catch there by Perez, able to fight for a couple extra yards.
First and goal, Trojans.
Trojans going to pitch it out left to Miller. Chase Miller tried to escape the tackle. It's going to be brought and down for only a gain of 1. Be 2nd and goal.
On the tackle.
The Trojans here on this goal-to-go possession have to get some points on the board, preferably a touchdown, to get themselves back in this one, already down 2 possessions. They have to play mistake-free football here in the red zone. Ellis going to run out right on the play-action pass, but there is going to be a flag on the play. Looks like roughing the passer. And there's a flag in the end zone. Several penalty flags look like they're on the Gaucho defense.
Pass interference on the defense, which is declined, and a personal foul on the defense, which is accepted.
The ruling on the field is going to be half a distance to the goal. It's going to be a new 1st and goal for the Trojans. The ball will be placed on the 4-yard line.
1st and goal, Trojans.
Trojans going to break the huddle in a heavy set formation. 2 tight ends on the field, 7 down linemen. In wishbone formation, it's going to be a straight give to Ed Burnich. They'll gain some yards on that one, but not enough to get in the end zone.
That's Ed Bergson, the ball carrier, and Cody Cornelius on the tackle.
Ellis going to jog over, get the call from the head coach, Rick Christ. On their first possession, on a 4th and short, the Trojans elected to go play action pass. We'll see if they try any trickery here. They're just going to, it's going to be a quarterback Ellis keeper, and he's going to be stood up immediately by the Gaucho defenders. There is a flag on the play, however. Casa players motioning that it's on Petaluma. It's going to be holding on Petaluma. Going to back them up. And that's the mistake-free football that they just can't have. They can't have those penalties in the red zone, especially deep in the red zone. They're on their own 2-yard line. And they're going to back themselves up to a 2nd and goal on the 13. A costly mistake there by the Trojans. As a little inexperience in a big game is kicking in for the Trojan team. And again, another penalty. It will be false start on the Trojans again. Back them up another 5 yards. It's going to be 2nd down, 2nd and goal from the 17-yard line. Going to motion over Paula Georges. Ellis going to drop back to pass. Going to look deep. And it's going to be caught for the touchdown. Oh, they're going to motion incomplete. It looked like it was caught by Dawson Shaw. A nice play by the defender. A very penalty-riddled drive so far. It's going to be pass interference on the Gaucho defense. Replay 2nd and goal. It's going to be half a distance to the goal. It'll be 2nd and goal from the own 8-yard line. As the Trojans able to luck out and get a penalty to go their way after 2 straight not going their way. Trojans still keeping the tight end on the field. Ellis dropping back to pass again. And the pass this time will be caught by Doran Shaw, the senior. Ran a fader out there and a nice pass by Henry Ellis, putting it right on the money. And the Trojans getting back in this one. 6:50 left in this one. And a 5+ minute drive there from the Trojans. Looked like a lot like their first drive. Trojans able to overcome the 2 penalties in the red zone. And the point after will be good to make the game 22-14. Gauchos lead by 8 points. The Trojans again through the passing game creating a huge play. Even though the Trojans are a heavy rush team, you can't underestimate their passing attack. They've used it time and time again to get them back in games and to keep them in drives. Huge momentum swing there as the Gaucho offense is going to come back out onto the field, or the Gaucho return team. We'll see what type of kickoff the Trojans elect to do here. The Trojans gonna kick it deep again to Kramer. He had the big play early, and the ball's going to be fumbled on the field. Kramer had the first big play touchdown, and it's going to be Trojan ball. A huge turn of events for the Trojans and a huge momentum shift. The special teams coached by Nick Emanuel there with a huge turnover for the Trojans. And it's a tale of two things for Caden Kramer. Had a huge kickoff return for a touchdown, but fumbled it there to give the ball right back to the Trojans. And you could sense the energy in the Petaluma stands and the sideline there. The Petaluma sideline almost pretty much exploded on that once they see the ball come loose. And the Trojans are going to have to look to capitalize here in their own territory on the 35. Ellis on the keeper, didn't pitch it out. It's going to be no gain there.
Henry Ellis keeps it on the option play. It's Ryan Van Wermer on the tackle.
And this Gaucho defense has to try to do something here to stop the Trojans. The Trojans dominating so far, time and possession, have had 2 5-minute-plus drives so far, and they're going to try to do it again right here, even so close to their own end zone. Going to be a toss out right to Paula Georges. And Silas Paula Georges with a nice run. Going to bring up 3rd and short.
The toss goes out to Silas Paula Georges. Layden Fuller on the
Paula Georges with the patient running there, following his blockers. big third down here for the Trojans as they go back to their wishbone formation. Henry Ellis gonna tell his fullback something. And it's gonna be a straight give to the right, or Henry Ellis kept the ball there. A fake out with the fullback. And they're gonna motion the chains forward for a first down there for the Trojans.
Henry Ellis keeps it on the option play. Hard to see who made the tackle, but first down, Trojans.
And the Trojans showing a lot of ball fakes, a lot of fake handoffs so far in this one, trying to trick out the Casa defense. Tricked me out there on that third down play. Gonna have the single receiver set out to the left as they get a fresh new set of downs. Henry Ellis on the keeper, gonna kick it out to Perez as he's gonna make a move and pick up a couple yards on the play.
Pitch goes out to Francisco Perez. Cody Rodrigo and Bladen Fuller in on that tackle.
It's going to be second and short for the Trojans here, as they'll have the tight end and the receiver on the right side of the ball. Motions out Chase Miller, and Ellis going to take it on the quarterback keeper, and he's going to get buried by the Gaucho linebackers. A gain of around 1. It's going to be third and short.
Henry Ellis keeps it on the option play.
Ellis decided to keep it there instead of pitching it out to Miller. And here comes another third down try by the Trojans. A huge possession right here for the Trojans, trying to get them back into this game. Have already wasted 3 minutes off the clock in this drive. Gonna have 2 receivers set out left. A formation the Trojans don't normally use. And Ellis going to drop back to pass on the wheel route. Doran Shaw going to catch it. And the communication just busted from corner to safety. Doran Shaw there with a touchdown catch. A beautiful pass by the Trojans. The Trojans there running the slant route from the receiver and then the slot receiver, and they're running the wheel route. Miscommunication from corner to safety, and it led to a wide open Doran Shaw for a touchdown. Trojans going back out on the 2-point conversion, trying to tie this game all the way up. Petaluma's going to call a timeout. Talk about this play over. Chris going to talk to his offense and try to come up with a nice play to get them tied up, tie this game right back up. And to give the ball back to the Trojans on this one, it was a forced fumble by the Trojans kickoff team. A tale of two different kickoffs there for the Trojans. Their first opening kickoff was returned back for a touchdown by the Gauchos. Then on the previous one, Gauchos fumbled to give the ball right back to the Trojans. Trojans will huddle up for their 2-point conversion. A huge play in this game. Receiver's going to be set out right. Pressed by the corner. Motion out to the left. Going to be a pitch out to Chase Miller as he's going to fight his way in. Help from the lineman as the Trojan offensive line continues to dominate the Gaucho defensive line. And the game will be tied 22-22. 44 points already scored in this game. And even there, the Trojans have the ball on their own 35-yard line, but still manage Trojans still managed to take some time off the clock there. A 3-minute, 50-second drive. Exactly what the Trojans need to do on offense. Now we'll see the Gaucho offense come back out onto the field. Whistles blow the play dead. It's going to be offsides on the Trojans. The Trojans there trying to pooch it right over the left side. There's a huge gap between the front line of the Gauchos and the returners. The Trojans trying to pooch it out to the left, have their gunners run down the field and try to get the ball. The Gauchos have 9 players close up and 2 back. They're trying to find the Trojan kickoff team trying to find the holes in that. Try to come up with a kickoff there to favor them. Levy's just going to kick it off deep over the head of Marcus Scott. Scott on the return, but is quickly brought down by the return team. A nice tackle there by Gabriel Jones. A huge play there by the junior. The ball will be placed on the 25-yard line with 3 minutes left in this one. It's going to be trips left for the Gauchos. Be heavy pressure by the Trojans' defensive line as Portis unsure of where to go. It's going to be complete, but it's going to be quickly brought down by Vanderlyn. A nice play there by the Trojan defense. The Trojan defense needs to get those blitzes on point and get that pressure on the quarterback here. And when the Trojans do decide to blitz their linebackers, they need to hit home. And they need to get that pressure. It's going to be a 2nd and long for the Gauchos as Portis drops back to pass. Another hurry play. And Asher Levy there on the pass breakup. It was intended to Dylan Peterson. But the rangy safety able to make the play there. And another big pressure there by the Trojans defensive line. It's going to be 3rd down and long, 3rd and 13 for the Gauchos. Still 2 minutes left in this one. Gauchos come out and spread. As Portis drops back to pass. He's going to look for his receiver, but it just Porteous just threw the ball over his receiver's head to nowhere. It's going to be 4th and long. 2:02 left in this one. Gauchos only took a minute of clock off. As the Gauchos are going to go for it on 4th and long here. They're going to trust the arm of their quarterback. And it's going to be a false start by the Trojans, a huge mistake there. Gauchos just trying to draw the defense offside, give them a much more manageable 4th and long, and they're able to do it. It's still going to be 4th and long. It's going to be 4th and 9 for the Gauchos. Makes it a little bit more manageable, but a huge call here coming from the Gauchos head coach, John Antonio. Going to roll the dice on 4th down. Going to trust his offense. Trips left. Porteous going to look to the sideline, try to draw off the Petaluma defense once more. And there's going to be a penalty flag. It'll be delay of game on the offense. Casa offense just trying to draw the defense off sides, get a little bit more manageable fourth down. It's going to be 4th and 14 for the Gauchos. Going to back them up right where they were. And now the Gauchos are going to bring on the punt unit. Asher Levy's going to be back to cover the punt. And the punt is off. It's going to be a wobbler down the right side, but it's going to take a nice Gaucho bounce. And the ball is going to go out on the 30-yard line. Took a nice bounce there for the punter. The Trojans going to have 1:54 left with 2 timeouts to try to create a scoring drive here. The biggest thing is just making no mistakes, not turning the ball over to the Gauchos. And the Trojans here have a chance to take their first lead of the game, as Steve Ellison Field has packed in even more people around the fence on the right side, and the stands are completely full. Trojans going to have a single receiver offset to the right. And it's going to be a straight give to M. Bernchich. It's going to be a pickup of 4. It's going to be 2nd and 5 for the Trojans as they're looking to try to get down the field in a hurry. Ellis on the quarterback keeper, going to take off. Look to have a little room, but it's going to be brought down for a 5-yard gain. 1:19 left in the quarter.
Henry Ellis, the ball carrier. Layden Fuller on the tackle. That's enough for a Trojans first down.
Be 1st down and 10 for the Trojans from their own 40. Trojans elect to run the ball again. It's going to be a quarterback keeper again from Ellis and a pickup of 5.
Henry Ellis keeping it on the option play.
And Ellis is going to be down.
On the tackle. Timeout. Petaluma.
He's going to be shaken up a little bit. And a terrible sign for the Trojans, as their quarterback is the engine which makes this offense run. They're going to need him back in this one. Ellis going to wave it off, say he's good. Ellis might have to come out of the game for one play just because he took his helmet off. Petaluma called a timeout, I believe. We'll see what the ruling is here. Petaluma did call timeout on that one, so Ellis is going to be able to remain in the game. A little confusion there down on the field, but it's all sorted out here. It'll be 2nd and 5 from the 45-yard line with 1:01 remaining in the second quarter. We'll see with 1 timeout, 1 minute left, how aggressive the Trojans are here. They're going to try to make a play and try to get on the board again, or if they're just going to play it a little conservatively. I'd be shocked if they try to go conservatively, especially in a game of this magnitude. Trojans going to drop back to pass. Ellis looked like he had Crudo down the middle of the field, but the pressure there from the Casa Grande defensive line was just too much pressure. So Ellis will be able to get to the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 3rd and 5. Petaluma does call a timeout with 49 seconds left. A little bit more cloudy. There was a time where the sun was poking through, a little bit more cloudy than earlier in the game. Crudo's going to check out of the game. And Dawson Shaw is going to check in. Trojans look like they're going to load up on their receivers. The brothers Dawson Shaw and Doran Shaw have been electric receivers for the Trojan offense so far this year, creating big play time and time again through the passing game. The brothers are split out wide. Trojans going to drop back to pass, but early pressure there. And the pass is going to be caught by Paula Georges, who streaked down the middle of the field. And Paula Georges, the captain, from Ellis in the pass, a quick hitting drive for the Trojans, going to put them back on top in this one. A huge play through the air for the Trojans. 40 seconds left, the Trojans 28, Guachos 22. And Ellis with a beautiful pass there. Trojans using the passing game time and time again so far in this one. And the extra point's going to be right down the middle, 29-22. The Trojans with an impressive drive there. Trojans use their timeouts perfectly. Were able to dial up a play that they knew would work from watching film, attack the middle of the field. Paula Georges able just to make his man miss with a nice route run there and streak down the middle of the field. No one was in front of him as he scored the touchdown. Used his speed to break away. And it's going to put the Trojans up 7 with 40 seconds left. Asher Levy to kick off, and it's going to just kick it off to Marcus Scott as he's brought out of bounds. Be pushed out of bounds by Neil Crudo. Be brought down around the 33-yard line. We'll have 35 seconds left. The Gauchos can certainly get down the field quick. They have 3 timeouts left, 35 seconds. They will have some time to get in scoring range, field goal range, if they elect to. The Trojan defense here has to play mistake-free. They cannot let up the big play. They have to keep everything in front of them here. The Trojans receive the second half kickoff as Crudo's going to drop back to his safety position with Levy. Porter's going to drop back to pass. 3 rushers. And Shane Runyon just dragging across the middle of the field was wide open. He's going to get out of bounds. Looked to have a lot more room, but only smartly got out of bounds there on a 5-yard gain. The Trojans only rushing 3 defenders, dropping back 8 of them to limit that pass, to limit the passing attack from the Gauchos. We'll see if they pull a blitz out to put some pressure on the quarterback or if they just drop back. It's going to be a straight give to their running back, who's going to make a couple moves. Going to pick up 15. Paula Georges tried to get in there and rip the ball out. A smart play by the junior captain. It's going to be first down. Gauchos are going to call their first timeout of the half with 17 seconds left. Ryder Jacobson was there on the carry. And with the Trojans playing very conservative on defense, the Gauchos able to dial up a run play there for 15 yards. Get them on the 50-yard line. And right now the Gauchos just need someone to make a play on that offense. Runyon, Scott, and Kramer have been the 3 senior receivers for the Gauchos this year. One of them needs to step up, and Porteous needs to step up and deliver a ball there. While the Trojan defense cannot give up a big play here, has to remain mistake-free. We'll see what the Gauchos do here out of the timeout. Petaluma going to dial up a blitz, but Porteous going to have a receiver open down the field, Shane Runyon, as he fumbled the ball out of bounds. So it will be a catch, and the ball will be spotted on the 5-yard line. A nice pass there by Porteous. Doran Shaw thought he was going to be able to make a play on the ball, but once again, the ball was just put right over his head. The ball be placed on the 5-yard line as the Gauchos look to their sideline to get the play call here with 7 seconds left. The Trojan secondary is going to try to make a big play here. A high snap from Porteous as they look to go with a little rub route. Marcus Scott, as there's penalty flags thrown. The pass was completed for a touchdown. Looked like maybe a pass interference on the offense. He did push off to get the ball there. We'll see what the call is. The penalty flags did get thrown after the play. Emotions do run high in this one. There's going to be 2 unsportsmanlike conduct calls. The touchdown still does stand for the Gauchos. The 2 unsportsmanlike conduct penalties will offset. So right now it is 28-29 as the Gauchos were able to get down the field in 30 seconds. leaving 1 second on the clock, and they will try for their another 2-point conversion. Going to motion Scott out to the right. It's going to be a straight give to their fullback, and he's going to be stood up by the Trojan defensive line. A nice stop by the Trojans. As the score now sits 29-28, Trojans up 1 point. The Trojans will get the second half kickoff after deferring the first half. We'll have 1 second remaining, so we'll see if we can have our third score in the last minute. It is the Egg Bowl, so crazy things do happen every year. Miller will be back deep to return alongside Dornshaw. The kickoff is just going to be a squib kick down the middle. Neil Crudo is going to look to make a play with the ball. As he gets out to the left side, he dodged a couple tacklers, but is going to be brought down to put the game into halftime. 29-28, Trojans lead heading into half. Trojans will receive the second half kickoff after deferring in the first half. And we've got a good one here on Steve Ellison Field on this Saturday afternoon.
School Marching Band Drumline. We'd like to say thank you to all of our sponsors for Petaluma High School football. There are several banners across from the Snack Shack. They've all donated generously to our program. Tonight we're going to honor 3 of them. Sonoma Marin Landscape Materials. They're offering building materials for landscaping such as soil, compost, bark, saturé, decorative rocks, stepping stones, and a wide variety of special stone. Sonoma Marin Landscape Materials has been providing quality products and services to the Bay Area since 1976. Sonoma Landscape Materials, providing all your landscaping needs. We'll also highlight Lace House Linen Supply, Inc. Lace House Linen Supply, Inc. has over 100 years experience servicing laundry needs of customers in Northern California, and they are still committed to their original values of reliability, quality, and service for each of their customers. Lace House Linen Supply, family owned and operated in Sonoma County for over 100 years. And last tonight we'll talk about Jay and Bill's Tire Service. Jay and Bill's Tire Service, established 1973, continues to serve Sonoma and Marin counties. We specialize in tire sales and installation, as well as suspension, brakes, and alignment. Jay and Bill's Tire Service, support local.
There will be 1 minute and 30 seconds left in halftime before the second half kickoff happens. Right now the score is 29-28. The Trojans are up by 1 point. They will receive the second half kickoff. That will happen shortly. For the Trojans, so far what have worked for them are those long drives, the long rushing play drives where they throw in the pass a little bit. They've had 2 drives over 6 minutes long, And then the one drive that they had on the 35-yard line, that drive took almost 4 minutes long. So far the Trojans have dominated the time of possession so far in this one, and they're going to need to continue to do that in this game if they're going to come out on top. For Casa Grande, their high-power offense has so far been matched by the Trojans, scoring pretty much the same exact amount of points. The Trojans just able to get one more point from a two-point conversion. Trojans at the end of the half. The Trojans at the end of the half stopped Ryder Jacobson. The Guachos elected to go for a two-point conversion but failed, and that's what gave the Trojans a one-point lead. For the Guachos offense, they're going to have to remain and rely upon the arm of Jacob Porteous. He's carried them so far in this one. Hasn't had the game that he's wanted to have, but he still has one half remaining. It's been a tale of two stories again for the Casa Grande Gaucho special teams. To start the game out, they had one huge play for a touchdown on a kickoff return on the first play of the game. Then on their third kickoff return, Caden Kramer fumbled the ball, and Caden Kramer was also the one who scored on the kickoff return touchdown. So that has been a complete tale of two halves. The Gaucho is going to squib it off middle. The ball is going to be received by Chase Miller, who's going to make a couple of people miss, and he's going to get out around the 40-yard line as we kick off this second half of the 2021 Egg Bowl. Henry Ellis has had an impressive game so far in this one. He's had a couple nice passing touchdowns. He had a huge run to get the momentum back in the Trojans' favor. Even though there was a illegal block penalty on that one, it was still a gain of around 30. There's 11:52 left. Kickoff took off around 8 seconds. As the Trojans, like we've seen before, come out and wishbone for their first play. It's going to be 1st and 10. They're going to go power to the right. Paula Georges makes a couple people miss, follows his blockers, and he's going to pick up around 9 yards to make it 2nd and 1. A nice display of running and blocking there by the Trojans. It's going to be a 2nd down and short for the Trojans, 2nd and 1. They're going to line up their tight end on the right side, have 6 down linemen and a receiver set off to the left. It's going to be a straight give to Ed Burnich as he's going to gain a 1st down. A big hole there.
Ed Burnich, the ball carrier, and Joe Ellis on the tackle. 1st down, Trojans.
Trojans get a 1st down there, move the chains. And this Gaucho defense has got to do something to stop the Trojan offense. They haven't been able to do much all game. They're able to get a nice tackle for loss there as Ellis decided to do a quarterback keeper.
And that's Colin Patchett with the tackle in the backfield.
It's going to be a loss of 3. It's going to be 2nd and 13. Doran Shaw going to be the receiver set out to the left, and the Trojans line up in wishbone formation. They're going to do a counter play to Paula Georges, and he's going to be stood up around the line of scrimmage. Actually, a loss of 2 there by the Trojans will make it 3rd and 15.
Silas Paula Georges, the ball carrier.
And 2 big plays by the Gaucho defensive line on back-to-back plays to drop the Trojans 5 yards. So far, in these situations, the 3rd and long, the Trojans have elected to look to their passing game, and they've looked to their senior receiver, Doran Shaw, a lot of the time. We'll see if they elect to do that here. And they're going to just flip it out left to Chase Miller. He's going to make a couple people miss, but eventually going to be stood up by 3 Gaucho defenders. He's going to get back to where the original line of scrimmage was, plus 3 yards. Would be 4th and 7 as the Trojans going to bring out their punting unit for this one. Even though it was a failed drive for the Trojans, they managed to take off 3 minutes and 20 seconds. They would have liked to taken off a little bit more time, but it's going to be a false start by Rodrigo of the Gauchos, or an encroachment penalty. The Trojans look like they're going to send their offense right back out onto the field.
Be a 5-yard penalty. Repeat 4th down.
They're going to replay 4th down, but the 4th down is going to be a 4th and 2. A position that the Trojans much more like than their 4th and 7. And if the Trojans are able to convert here, that's just a costly penalty by Cody Rodrigo of the Gauchos, the senior quarterback there, with a huge mistake. We'll see what play the Trojans dial up here. And they're going to run a play-action pass. And the pass is going to be intercepted just out of the hands of London Sundell. There is going to be a penalty flag on the play.
The pass is intercepted by Wyatt Abramson. He's tackled by Matt
The
Gray.
pass was just a little bit too high for
Penalty flag
Sundell.
on the field during the interception return.
We'll see what the penalty flag is. It looked like the flag was thrown on the interception return.
So the holding call during the return. So that'll be a 10-yard penalty from the spot of that foul.
So the Gauchos are going to be backed up to the 25-yard line because of a holding call on the interception return. So at the end of the day, if you're the Trojans, the interception there was actually better than an incompletion. The interception backed them up farther than what they would have had the ball on if they just had an incompletion on that 4th and 2. So in a weird turn of events, the interception actually helped the Trojan out in field position. Don't see that too often. But on the 1st down and 10 for the Gauchos, they're going to give a handoff to Jacobson for a gain of 2 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 8. Gauchos going to try to loosen the defense up with their rushing game. They're going right back with the pass. They're going to look deep for their receiver. Nice coverage on the play by Doran Shaw. The pass was just a little bit too far for Shane Runyon. Runyon looks like Porteous's favorite target when he's going deep. Has looked a lot to that right side where Runyon is a lot in this game so far. It's going to be 3rd and long. A huge 3rd down play here, as all of these drives matter in the outcome in this game. Porty's going to drop back to pass. Petaluma going to bring the pressure, but it is a screen play that Jacobson follows his blockers, and Levy just going to be able to drag out Jacobson out of bounds along the 45-yard line.
Complete to Ryder Jacobson.
Trojans blitz the house there, and the Gauchos dialed up a nice screen pass to counter the blitz by the Trojans. The Trojans' D-line and linebackers unable to sniff out the screen play, and it's going to be a 1st down for the Gauchos. Porteous going to drop back to pass again. Not a lot of pressure there. As Shane Runyon gets another first down.
Pass complete to Shane Runyon. Lucas Vanderlind on the tackle. Another first down for the Gauchos.
The Trojan defense playing a little bit off of those hitch and comeback routes of Runyon because they're afraid of the deep ball possibility. Jacobson going to be tackled for a gain of 5 or 6.
That's Ryder Jacobson, the ball carrier. Ed Burnstitch on the tackle.
The Casa Grande offense using the run a little bit more in this game than usual throughout the season. A fumbled snap on that one. And with the fumbled snap, a huge sack there by Lucas Vanderlind to drop the quarterback for a loss of 7. It's going to be 3rd and long.
And that's Lucas Vanderlind.
Porteous just unable to handle the snap. Looked like it bounced around on the ground. And when he looked up, he just saw the Trojan defense pressuring him and was unable to make a play. It's going to be 3rd and 17 for the Gauchos. As the play call comes in from the sidelines, the Gauchos line up in spread formation. Crudo going to drop to his safety position. And they're going to run a wide receiver screen there to Kramer. The Trojans trying to get that ball loose. Kramer's had some issues holding on to the ball, had the fumble earlier, tried to force another fumble there.
That'll bring up 4th down.
It's going to be a 4th and short here for the Gauchos. A huge play here, which, if the Trojans are able to stop this offense, a huge momentum shift in this game. 4th and 4. Porteous tried to draw the defense offside. He's going to make a change at the line of scrimmage. He's going to look for the quick pass to Marcus Scott, and the ball's going to be caught. He's going to be brought out of bounds by Silas Paulo-Georges, who made a nice tackle.
To Marcus Scott. Wrestled out of bounds by Silas Paulo-Georges.
Scott tried to make a play, but Paulo-Georges not letting him go. It's going to be 1st and 10. And a huge play there on 4th and 4 for the Gauchos to keep their drive moving. Porteous going to look to find Kramer on the comeback route. Pass is going to be complete inside of their 5-yard line.
Caden Kramer. And that's 1st and goal.
Porteous going to drop out right. He's going to find a receiver wide open in Runyon as he made a nice route. Looked like he was running a slant route on the play, but he's followed his quarterback drawn out right and got wide open, making a play there for his quarterback. And the Gauchos are going to go up in this one with their 2-point conversion try looming. On their last 2-point conversion try, they just tried to hand it off right up the gut, but it was to no avail. We'll see what they try here. They're just going to hit the running back out on a little swing pass to make the score 36-29. The Gauchos are up 7 in this one.
Out of the backfield for the 2-point conversion. It puts the score now, the Gauchos 36 and the Trojans 29.
So now with the Trojans not able to convert on that 4th down possession, on that 4th down conversion, they gave the ball back to the Gauchos. The Gauchos made a nice drive of 80 or 75 yards. Wasted clock too. The There's only 3 minutes and 42 seconds left in this quickly passing third quarter. The Trojans special teams going to try to create a huge play here. Eli Galladay Freeman is back to return with Doran Shaw.
Mikhail Alvarado set to kick off. Doran Shaw, Chase Miller back to receive.
The kickoff is just going to be a squib left to Neil Crudo. Neil Crudo is going to try to make a play. Dodges a defender, and he's going to be wrestled down around the 50-yard line. Terrific field possession for the Trojans,
Neil Crudo on the return.
as it'll be 1st and 10 for them.
Tolu Akanon on the
If
coverage.
Crudo was able to escape out right there, he had a lot of green grass ahead of him, but was just swallowed up by Gaucho defenders. The ball will be placed on the 49-yard line. A 7-point lead for the Gauchos as the Trojans try to even the score on this drive. They don't come out in wishbone, which they have done on every previous drive so far. And it's just going to be a straight give to their fullback, who had a nice run being pushed by the offensive line. Looked like it was only going to be a gain of 2, but turned into a gain of about 5.
Ed Burnsich on the fullback dive.
It's going to be 2nd and 5 for the Trojans.
Peterson on the tackle.
Seems like there's an injured Gaucho on the field.
Injury on the field.
An injured Gaucho defensive lineman is down. As we're in this injury timeout, the Trojans in their offensive huddle right now. Coach Chris preaching to this team that they have to continue to play mistake-free in this one, cannot turn the ball over and give the ball back to the Gauchos. They have to make the most of every single drive, especially this one down 7 points. So far in this one, the Trojan passing game has been working very well for them, except for on the previous drive, the interception by Ellis. But so far, that has been the only mistake pretty much on that Trojan offensive group.
Give a hand
The
to
Gaucho
Peterson.
defender able to jog off the field under his own power.
On his own power.
He's going to have to check out of the game for one play if he wants to come back in. It's gonna be second down and 5 for the Trojans. They're gonna line up their receivers split out to the left. And it's gonna be just another straight give to their fullback, Ed Burnchich. It's gonna get close to first down yardage. It'll be
Burnsich,
3rd
the
and
ball
1.
carrier. Joe Ellis on the tackle.
The Trojans so far this possession trying to run the ball right down the middle of the defense. Ellis hasn't been keeping it a lot, doing a lot of the gives to the fullback, which is that primary option in the triple option that the Trojans run. First option is always just to give it off to the fullback, and then they have the quarterback keeper or the pitch out to the wingback. And Burnish going to take it again And he's going to get a first down on the 3rd and 1. Rest motion the chains forward.
Ed Burnsic, the ball carrier.
So Burnsic
Strong
on that drive
Trojans.
got all 3 carries, got all the yards there to convert for the Trojans.
Esteban Sierra on the tackle.
The Guachos look like they have 8 defenders inside the box, 1 single high safety and 2 corners. And Paula Georgis gonna get held almost on that one. The pass was a little bit behind him.
Incomplete.
There's gonna be no
Intended
penalty
for
for defensive
Paula
pass interference. The Trojan stands in sideline unhappy with the no call there. But the Trojans electing to target that middle of the field because of their only single high safety. Ellis gonna motion out right. He's gonna have a receiver down the field, and Crudo, the tight end, senior captain, making a big play in the Egg Bowl. Ellis looked like he had Shaw there deep, even deeper down the field, but took the sure completion in Crudo. And a nice completion there for the Trojans. It's gonna be first down and 10 from the 19-yard line. And once again, the Trojan passing game making plays left and right to keep them in drives and to get momentum on the Trojan sideline. And the captain, Neil Crudo, made a nice Egg Bowl play there. Gaucho's gonna give a straight give to their fullback. It looks like a gain of 3 there.
Ed Burnsic, the ball carrier. That was Joe Ellis on the tackle.
It's going to be a 2nd and 7 for the Trojans as they're going to elect to pass again. Ellis going to go down the field to Dawson Shaw. And the pass is incomplete. It looked like he got it. There is going to be a penalty flag on the field. We'll see what the call is. And it's going to be a pass interference call on the defense.
Half the distance and first and goal.
So Dawson Shaw, after being interfered with by the defender, almost made a huge grab. But it is going to move the chains for the Trojans again. They're going to get a first down and goal from the 9-yard line. They're going to come out in wishbone as Burnish with a nice run down to the 5-yard line. And another injured Gaucho is on the field.
Run. Matt Riley on the tackle. We have an official timeout for an injury on the field.
Looks like number 10, Cody Rodrigo, is down injured for the Gauchos. And he looks like he's in a good deal of pain. So we'll wish the best for number 10 there. But on a 2nd down and goal from the 5, the Trojans have great position and have a great chance to get themselves back into this game with 24 seconds left. in the red zone. In previous drives, the Trojans elected on this side of the field too. They elected to do a play action boot pass. That's where they were able to find London Sundell, the tight end, in the end zone in the back right. See if they try to dial up a play similar to that. Or in this drive, except for the pass to Crudo, they've been using Burnich, number 35, a lot of the play. Rodrigo's going to leave the field on his own power, which is a good sign for the Gauchos. It's going to be second down and goal from the 5-yard line. The Shaw brothers are going to spill it out wide, Doran and Dawson. Ellis going to find Doran Shaw for a nice touchdown pass on the fade route to number 10.
Henry Ellis
taking advantage of the mismatch there from wide receiver and corner. The senior Dawson Shaw had the mismatch, and Henry Ellis put it right on him. And the Trojans again going to elect to match the aggressiveness of the Gauchos and go for 2 here. 13 seconds left in the third quarter. They have heavy formation, 2 tight ends in and in Wishbone. They're going to roll out right. Ellis going to fire, try to throw across his body, but it's going to be picked off. The play was well defended by the Gaucho defense.
Intercepted by Joe Ellis, so that extra point attempt is no good. And that
The Trojans
now
going to be down 1 point, 36 to 35. The Trojans elected to go aggressive there and try to take the lead, but they failed to possess or to convert on the 2-point conversion. They're going to be 1 point behind the Gauchos. Henry Ellis has been having a day through the passing game so far. And even though the Trojans are known for their running game, you have to say that the passing game is the reason why they're in this one and the reason why they're within 1 point of the Gauchos. 71 points have been scored in this one so far. A classic shootout between the Trojans and the Gauchos in the Egg Bowl. And we'll see if the Trojans try to take advantage of the gap between the front line and the returners, but they're not going to. They're just going to kick it off deep to Marcus Scott. Scott's going to have a change of possession. And Scott's going to be brought down at the 36-yard line. Scott's going to get up a little gingerly on the play after taking a hit from 3 Trojan defenders.
On the coverage.
It's going to be first down and 10 for the Gauchos from the 36-yard line. There's 4 seconds left in the third quarter. Running back is going to switch alignment to the quarterback from the right to the left side. There's going to be a penalty flag on the play. It's going to be a false start by the offense. That's going to back them up 5.
Repeat first down.
And if you're the Gauchos, that's not how you want to start this drive. With a false start backing you up 5 yards will make it a 1st and 15. A mistake by the Gaucho offense. We'll see if they're able to overcome it. Portis going to drop back on a 1st and 10. Marcus Scott had an had a completion and much more, but he's just going to drop it.
Pass is incomplete.
He was looking to make a move with the football down the field before he caught it. Didn't look the ball in, and that's going to be a costly incompletion for the Gauchos. Scott knew he had a big play there, but an incompletion.
Of an exciting Egg Bowl 2021.
As now we enter the fourth quarter in this one.
Remember our Trojan Spirit Wear booth. We also have Egg Bowl game shirts
So far in
available.
this one, heading into this fourth quarter, it is anyone's game.
And
The
sweatshirts
Gauchos do possess
and
this ball,
lots
but
of
they have
great
a
gear to support the program.
not ideal 2nd and 15. There'll be 12 minutes left. Gauchos lead 36-35. We'll see if the Gaucho offense is able to overcome two huge mistakes on their first two plays of this drive, a false start penalty and just a blatant drop by Marcus Scott. We'll see what the Gaucho offense decides to dial up. They have 4 coaches over there giving signals to the offense. Line up in spread formation. They're going to motion over Scott to the right side. And a high snap by the center to quarterback exchange. He's going to be down by Ryan Castiglia, the senior captain. And that makes it the second fumbled snap from Porteous. The snaps haven't been the best. One on the ground and one over the top of his head. That's going to make it a huge 3rd and long. That makes the 3rd straight mistake by the Gaucho offense in this drive. We'll see if the Gauchos try to go aggressive here, try to pick it up all in one play, or if they're just going to go with a draw play to their running back. They're going to try to pick it up through the air. And the pass is going to be complete to Marcus Scott as he makes a move, and the Trojan defense gives up a huge 3rd and 20 plus there.
With a big gain.
And after making 3 huge mistakes by the Gaucho offense, the Trojan defense makes the biggest one of those and giving up a 3rd and that long. It's going to make it a 1st and 10 for the Gauchos with 11:04 remaining. The Gauchos going to be in spread formation for their 1st and 10. And the pass is going to be tipped by 56, Hiram Smith, the junior, making a big play in the Egg Bowl. The Gauchos tried to dial up the jailbreak screen to the receiver, Shane Runyon, but the pass was blocked down at the line of scrimmage. It's going to make it 2nd and 10 for the Gauchos. The Gauchos on that pulled their lineman. That's why the defensive line was able to get so much pressure. Going to look quick, and they're going to find their receiver out for near 1st down yardage. Kramer on the reception there.
That pass complete to Caden Kramer. Thomas Finn Flannery on the tackle.
Kramer did not get enough for the 1st down, so it's going to be 2nd and 1 for the Gauchos. We'll see if the Gauchos decide to go play action and go deep and take a shot at the end zone here. Excuse me, it's going to be 3rd and 1. The Gauchos just going to hand the ball off to Jacobson, and Jacobson's going to have some room down the left sideline. He's going to be brought down out of bounds by Vanderlyn.
That's Ryder Jacobson, the ball carrier.
But Jacobson,
Tackle
he's
made
been
by
having a
Lucas
nice game on the
Vanderlyn.
ground so far in this one, picking up first downs when the Gaucho offense needs him to. And a big one there to continue the drive for the Gauchos. It's going to be first down and 10 from the 19. They're going to throw a bubble screen out to Peterson. And Drolet was there for the initial stop. And the Trojan herd was able to bring him down.
Complete to Dylan Peterson.
It was going to be a gain of 8 there for the Gauchos.
In on that tackle, along with Anthony Drolet.
It's going to be trips left on this second and short for the Gauchos. It's going to be a handoff to Jacobson. As Jacobson's brought down, tried to stiff arm Vanderlyn, but he's able to bring him down on that one. 233s collide there on the second down.
Goes to Ryder Jacobson. Lucas Vanderland on the tackle.
And it was a direct snap there to Jacobson. Maybe could have been a design play, but the way the centers play with a little shaky snapping, it could have just been totally off. But it looks like it was either a gain of 1 or no gain. So it's going to be third and short for the Gauchos as they're in the red zone. Porteous going to look to the end zone. They're going to find Peterson. As Peterson fumbled the ball, but they're going to say he was down.
And the pass was complete.
He's going to be down on the 1 yard line.
Peterson. And the ruling on the field is that the ground cannot cause the fumble.
Runyon was down in the end zone. Got up slowly.
So it's first and goal.
It's going to be first and goal for the Gauchos after picking up the first down there on the shallow cross by Peterson. The Trojans sideline and crowd unhappy with the call on the field, thought they had a fumble. And what a big fumble it would have been deep in the territory. Porteous going to keep it himself, and he's just going to run in for the end zone on the quarterback keeper.
And that's Jacob Porteous.
8:46 left in this one. 42-35 so far is the score. We'll see if the Gauchos elect to go for 2 like they likely have throughout this game. Porteous going to drop back to pass. Pressure by Castiglia. And the pass is going to be dropped or incomplete. Crudo had a chance to pick it off, but the 2-point conversion is going to fail. The score will be 42-35 with 8:46 left in the fourth quarter. A 7-point game. The senior captain, Castiglia, able to pressure Porteous there and get huge pressure to cause the incompletion there. A little interesting tidbit. Petaluma's current athletic director, Ray McClintock, and Petaluma's special teams coordinator, Nick Emanuel, both played for the Gauchos but work under Petaluma. A little change in scenery for the both of them. Both of them were a part of that 5-game streak from 2003 to 2007 for Casa Grande. A dominant offensive line they had. But just thought I should share that. Gauchos will kick off. They elect to do a little pooch. And it's going to be fumbled down at the 2-yard line by the Gauchos. It first went through the legs of Crudo, and it was fumbled by Doran Shaw. And the ball will be placed on the 2-yard line. A huge mistake by the Trojan special teams there. And a huge mistake by the Trojans there late in the fourth quarter. They're going to have terrible field position. They're going to have to make a 98-yard drive if they're going to have any chance of scoring in this one or in this drive. And down 7 points, they can't give the ball back to the Gauchos. So we'll see what this Trojan offense has left in the tank for them. Trojans going to have a lot of offensive linemen in. It's going to be a straight give to their fullback, Burnich. That's going to be a nice gain of about 4. It's going to be 2nd and 6.
Joe Ellis on the tackle.
So far in this game, it's been very interesting on special teams. The Gauchos, on the first play of the game, had a kickoff return touchdown. The Gauchos had a fumble recovered by the Trojans on another kickoff return. And just that mistake there by the Trojans backed them up. Ellis able to avoid a couple rushers. Was able to throw the ball away to make it 3rd down and 6. Trojans being backed up this far in their own territory. Don't have a lot of options. We'll see if the Trojans decide to use their receivers in this situation, see if they can hit on a quick little timing play, timing route. The Shaw brothers are in at receiver for the Trojans. They line up in wishbone. Ellis going to drop back to pass. And the pass is going to be intercepted, but there is a penalty flag on the play. Doran Shaw was held.
There was an interception by Bladen Fuller with a return. However,
Doran Shaw was held there by the Gaucho defender. It looks like it's going to be holding on the defense. So if this comes through, and it will, it's holding on the defense. The Gauchos bail out the Trojans in terrible field possession. That's going to be a 10-yard penalty and an automatic 1st down for the Trojans. As the Gaucho sideline and crowd are unhappy with that call. But there was an obvious hold on the Trojan receiver. So it's going to give the Trojans a new set of downs. It's going to be place the ball on the 16-yard line, and it's going to give new life to this Trojan offense. Trojan offensive line jumped there on that one. Tried to draw the Gauchos offside.
That's a dead ball foul. False start. 5-yard penalty. Repeat 1st down.
And a huge mistake there by the Trojan offensive line. They just got bailed out with a penalty, but it's going to back them up 5 more yards to the 11-yard line. A huge penalty for the Trojans. The Trojans line up. Paula Georges out. And Ellis going to try to hit Paula Georges on the corner route, but unable to complete.
The pass is incomplete.
It's going to be 2nd and 15.
Paula Georges.
The ball was just thrown out of bounds. The receiver had no chance of catching it on that play. There's 7:45 left in this fourth quarter. 77 points have been scored so far in this one. Huge display of offense on both sides of the ball. For both sides, the Trojans and the Guachos. They're going to split out Paulo Georges in the slot again. And it's just going to be a straight give to Francisco Perez. He's going to pick up 6 yards. It's going to be 3rd and 9 for the Trojans here.
Francisco Perez, the ball carrier. Matt Riley on the tackle.
And here comes a big 3rd and 9 play for the Trojans on a crucial drive that they need to keep going. We'll see if they're able to pick up the 3rd down conversion. Refs are going to stop the game. It'll be a timeout by the Petaluma. It's their first timeout of the half. They'll have 2 remaining. Casa still has their 3 timeouts. And Rick Chris knows the importance of this play right here, so he's going to talk it over with his offense, make sure they know how important this drive is and how important this down is. Because if they're unable to convert on this 3rd down, it'll bring up a 4th down, and a 4th down deep in their own territory. They do not want to give the ball back to the Guachos on that because they're already down 7 points. So far in this one, this probably is the biggest play of the game for both sides of the ball. Trojans going to line up in wishbone, see if they elect to pass or do a play action. They're going to go play action. Ellis going to drop back, and the pass is just going to be dropped by London Sundell. The Trojans try to dial up the tight end screen.
Intended for London Sundell.
The Trojan players unhappy about going on it, on not trying the 4th down conversion. But the Trojans set out the punt unit, elect to play defense. It's going to be a high snap, but the punt is away. As the punt just going to down right after it doesn't bounce for the Trojans.
Eli Galladay Freeman's punt is down near midfield.
The Trojans were saving that tight end screen for late in the game, but Sundell was just unable to bring the ball in. The Trojans going to have to play some defense here against the high-powered Casa offense. It'll be a 1st down and 10 from the 47. Another high snap, and Portis going to just be hit immediately. Had a huge loss there, but was able to squirm out of it.
That's Tyson James Thames with the
Trojans going to use a timeout. If the Trojans were able to make a play on that high snap, it would have been a huge shift in momentum. Portis able to jump up and just get the ball. It's going to be a
Timeout,
2nd and
Petaluma.
11 with 6:37 left.
1 timeout remaining.
It's a 7-point game. And this is the biggest drive of the game for the Trojan defense. We'll see what the Gauchos dial up out of the timeout by the Trojans. The Trojans might have called that timeout to try and dial up a blitz to get pressure on the quarterback, which they do, but it's going to be a wide receiver jailbreak screen to Runyon, and Runyon's going to get the first down after the
Screen pass
dialed up
complete to Shane
jailbreak
Runyon.
screen.
Asher Levy on the tackle. First down, Gauchos.
Trojans unable to diagnose these screenplays that the Gauchos are running. The D linemen are just flying up the field. Portis going to drop back on the quick hitch to Runyon. He's going to make a juke move out to the right. And Runyon's going to get another first down for the Gauchos.
Silas Paula-Georges forces him out of bounds. First down, Gauchos.
6 minutes left in the fourth quarter as the Gauchos try to hold on in the red zone. There's got to be someone on this Trojan defense to make a play here. And the Trojans bring the house. A nice play there by Sundell to tip the ball away. It's going to be holding on the offense, so it's going to back them up 10 yards. It'll be 1st and 20 for the Gauchos. And that's the exact thing that the Trojans needed there. Heavy pressure on Portis.
Holding on the offense. It's a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. We'll repeat the down.
The Trojans going to need 4 more plays just like that to get their offense back out onto the field. The Gauchos are going to split 3 receivers out to the left and Runyon out to the right. Portis going to drop back to pass. There is pressure, and he's going to be tackled down by Silas Paula-Georges. A nice tackle by the junior captain. It was caught by Peterson.
By Silas Paula-Georges.
Pressure there from the Trojan defensive line forced the pass out of Portis. The Gauchos are going to line up. Trips left again. Trojans going to blitz up the middle again. And the pass is going to be caught by Runyon on the comeback route. Doran Shaw was on the coverage.
Doran Shaw on the tackle.
It's going to be a 3rd down and 10 as the Gauchos are going to try to let the clock tick, use everything they have in that play clock. We're waiting for the call from the Gauchos sideline. Gauchos and spread. Gauchos look to Marcus Scott, who puts a move on the defender, makes another one miss, and he's going to get into the end zone for the touchdown to put the Gauchos up 2 possessions.
That's Jacob Porteous' pass complete to Marcus Scott for a touchdown.
It's going to be 4:22 left in this one. The Gauchos are going to elect to go for 2 again. Porter's going to drop back to pass, pumps fakes. And they're going to call it a catch by Shane Runyon. It looked as if he was out of bounds, but they're going to call it a 2-point conversion. Good. It's going to make the score 50-35.
That puts the score now the Gauchos 50.
Not sure about that one. It looked like he completed the catch out of bounds, but the ruling on the field is a successful 2-point conversion. The Trojan offense are going to have to try to make a play here. The passing game has worked for the Trojans in this one. They're going to need to dial up a number of passes to try to get themselves back in it. They are down 15 points with 4:22 remaining. We'll see if the Trojan special teams can do something here. They had a kickoff return for a touchdown last week. See if they could do it again here. And the kick is going to go out of bounds. So the Trojans, they elect to accept the penalty.
Avallaros
We'll get the ball on the 40-yard line.
That'll be a penalty.
The Trojans will get the ball on the 35-yard line, for a 1st and 10. 4:22 left in this one as Ellis jogs onto the field, trying to get his team back in this one. Trojans have the Shaw brothers out as receivers and line up in wishbone. Ellis going to drop back to pass, and it's going to be picked off by Rodrigo. The Gauchos get the ball right back as the Trojans look deep.
Cody Rodrigo with the interception.
It looked like the receiver had a step on him. It's going to be 1st down and 10 for the Gauchos as they try to waste some clock and put this game away, already up 2 scores. And if you're the Trojans, you just got to make a play here. Use all that's left in the tank. And it's going to be no gain there. Maybe a gain of 3.
Ryder Jacobson, the ball carrier. Smith.
Jacobson is going to get the carry. He's had a nice game rushing so far in this one. Trojans going to dial up a blitz, but the pass is going to be caught by Marcus Scott on the out route for a 1st down. He's going to get out of bounds, stopping the clock. 3:33 left.
1st down, Gauchos.
The Gauchos going to run the ball again with Jacobson as he tries to fight for extra yards. He's going to get a gain of 2, brought down by the senior Matt Crane.
Ryder Jacobson, the ball carrier. Matt Crane on the tackle.
Portis going to drop back to pass again. He's going to go deep, and the pass is going to be caught by Caden Kramer. But Kramer looks a little shaken up after that one.
Pass complete to Caden Kramer.
He landed right on his shoulder, so that seems to be the area that's hurting him.
There's an official timeout for an injury.
He did not score on the play, so the ball's going to be down on the 1-yard line. Gauchos try to get a little greedy there going down the field.
Give him a hand, Caden Kramer. Big effort for that catch.
From the 1-yard line, we'll have 1st and goal for the Gauchos. And it's just going to be a quarterback keeper for Portis. And that's going to be another touchdown for the Gauchos.
That's Jacob Porteous.
56-35. 2 minutes left in this one.
Well, that was a touchdown.
The Gauchos, for the first time, going to elect to kick the extra point. Kick was almost blocked by the Trojan defenders,
with a touchdown run, and
but it is good to make it the score 57-35 with 2:05 left in this one.
That puts the score down at
Trojans are down 22 points with 2:05 left. We'll see what they try to do with the time remaining. See if the Trojans decide to air the ball out and try to gain some momentum going into their next game against American Canyon next week. The game will be played at American Canyon. That will be the last regular season game for the Trojans. After that game, they'll wait to see their playoff seed. Going to be another squib kick. Crudo's going to get the carry. He's going to try to make something happen. It's going to be a flag thrown on the play. See what the call is from the referees.
Damian Arterberry on the coverage. There's a penalty flag on the field. It's an illegal block on the return team. Illegal block in the back will be a 10-yard penalty from the spot.
It's going to be a penalty on the Trojans. Will back them up 10 more yards. Legal block in the back. The ball will be placed on the 33-yard line for the Trojans. The ball on the snap, going to be fumbled.
Fumble on the snap, recovered.
Galladay Freeman is in at quarterback. Trojans right now down 22. They'll go on to lose this game, but they'll try to build some momentum heading into next week. It's going to be a straight give to the fullback for a gain of 7.
Ed Burnsich, the ball carrier. Joe Ellis on the tackle.
It's going to be a 3rd and short here for the Trojans. They have 2 receivers split out wide. It's going to be a straight give to the fullback again, as they'll pick up the 1st down.
Ed Burnsich, the ball carrier, and Joe Ellis again.
This
on
one
the
still
tackle.
is.
First down, Trojans.
This one is still over.
Eli Gaudy Freeman keeps it on
Freeman's going to just keep the quarterback keeper there.
On the tackle.
They'll try to run one more snap here with 5 seconds left. The game clock's going to hit 0. And the Guachos are going to win this year's Egg Bowl 57-35. Casa, their electric offense, came to play in this one
Not listening to
as the Guachos
principal.
take a 22-point victory. The Trojans will play next week against American Canyon next Friday. Thank you for everyone who joined us on this broadcast. We appreciate you all tuning in. We appreciate all the comments. And we came here live streaming the Egg Bowl. Gauchos win. It was a packed Ellison Field, but unfortunately the Trojans will fall to 7-2 and 3-2 in league, and their hopes of winning the VVAL were pretty much just crushed there in this one. Once again, thank you for joining us. We'll be signing off. Thank you.
All right, after everyone clears off the field, we can complete the game. If the teams can line up and shake hands. Well, it was an exciting Egg Bowl. Came down towards the end of the game. Thanks for coming out today. Hope everyone can get home safe and enjoy their holiday weekend.